In the sprawling metropolis of Neo-Avalon, where towering spires pierced the clouds and drones flitted like modern-day fairies, there lived a seeress named Idris. Unlike any other, Idris was a fusion of the ancient and the futuristic, her body augmented with cybernetics that whispered the secrets of the universe. Her eyes, gleaming with an ethereal light, could see beyond the veil of reality, into the looming shadows of the future. Idris lived in the underbelly of Neo-Avalon, in a sanctum surrounded by relics of a bygone era and the latest technological marvels. Her home was a microcosm of her being, where an enchanted amulet lay next to a quantum computer, and runes were etched onto nano-fabricated materials. Here in this sanctuary, Idris communed with the spirits of the machine and the echoes of the Arcane, deciphering visions that were a confluence of magic and machinery. One evening, as the neon lights outside painted the sky in hues of artificial dawn, Idris experienced a vision that was starkly different from the countless others she had navigated. She saw the fabric of reality tearing, a cataclysm where the realms of magic and technology did not just blur, they collided, threatening to unravel the very threads of existence. In this maelstrom of chaos, Idris saw the key to salvation, a relic that was as ancient as it was powerful, lost in the annals of time. The next day, armed with her vision, Idris set out into the city. Neo-Avalon was a place of stark contrasts where the wealthy bathed in the luxury of advanced tech, while the poor scraped by in the shadows of their excess. Idris, however, navigated these worlds with ease, her presence a bridge between them. Her quest for the ancient relic led her to the archives of the old world, hidden deep beneath the city's digital heart. As Idris delved into the labyrinthine archives, she uncovered clues that hinted at the relic's location. It was said to be hidden within the ruins of old Avalon, swallowed by time and nature, a place where the digital footprint of the new world had yet to tread. Determined, Idris prepared for her journey, knowing that the path ahead was fraught with dangers both mystical and mechanical. The fate of Neo-Avalon, and indeed all realms, rested in her hands. Beyond the confines of Neo-Avalon lay the ruins of old Avalon, a place where nature had reclaimed what was once hers. Idris ventured into this forgotten realm, guided by the stars and the faint signal of her cybernetic intuition. The ruins whispered of ages past, of civilizations that thrived and fell, their stories etched into the crumbling stone and overgrown foliage. As she navigated through the dense underbrush, Idris encountered remnants of old magic, guardians left to protect the secrets of old Avalon. They were constructs of vine and stone, animated by ancient sorceries, wary of any who dared to tread these sacred grounds. With a blend of her techno-magical abilities, Idris communicated with these guardians, convincing them of her noble quest. Deeper into the ruins, Idris came upon a clearing where the moonlight cast an ethereal glow on a dilapidated structure that seemed out of place with the surrounding decay. It was here, the heart of old Avalon, where the relic was said to reside. The air was thick with the power of unbridled magic, a stark contrast to the sterile ambience of her cybernetic world. The relic, as Idris discovered, was not an object but a gateway, a portal that bridged worlds. Its ancient stones were inscribed with runes that pulsed with a luminescent energy, beckoning her closer. Idris realized that the cataclysm she foresaw was not just a merging of realms but the awakening of this gateway, a door that once opened could not be easily closed. With the knowledge of the gateway's significance, Idris knew she must find a way to prevent its opening or, failing that, prepare for what would come. The balance between technology and magic, the essence of her being, was the key. As she pondered her next steps, the first signs of dawn began to break over the horizon, casting light on the path ahead, a path fraught with danger and discovery. The revelation of the gateway's purpose weighed heavily on Idris. It wasn't just a relic of the past, but a harbinger of a future where the realms of magic and technology could merge disastrously. With a resolve steeled by her visions, she knew her journey was far from over. She must seek the wisdom of the ancients and the innovations of the modern if she were to find a way to safeguard her world. Her quest led her to the elders of the Arcane, beings who had lived for centuries, their very existence intertwined with the magic of the world. They resided in a realm that existed in the spaces between, accessible only through rituals that Idris had learned from the ancient texts. The elders listened to her tale, their eyes reflecting the storms of past and future battles. They spoke of a balance that must be maintained, of lines that should not be crossed but offered no clear solution to her dilemma. Undeterred, Idris turned to the Council of Technomancers, visionaries who had pushed the boundaries of what was possible with technology. Their citadel, a marvel of engineering and magic, hovered above the clouds, a testament to the pinnacle of human achievement. The technomancers, intrigued by Idris's hybrid nature, agreed to aid her. They proposed creating a device that could regulate the flow of energies between the realms, but it required a power source of immense magical energy. The search for such a power source led Idris to the depths of the ethereal forest, a place where the veil between the worlds was thin and magic flowed like water. It was here that she encountered the Sylvan Oracle, a guardian of the forest whose life force was bound to its heart. The Oracle, a being of pure energy, had watched over the forest for millennia, its wisdom as vast as the stars. In exchange for a promise to protect the ethereal forest from the encroachments of the modern world, the Oracle agreed to lend its energy to power the Technomancer's device. With the Oracle's blessing, Idris returned to the Technomancers, her heart heavy with the weight of her promise. Together, they worked tirelessly, forging a device that could potentially bridge the realms without catastrophe. As the device neared completion, Idris couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning of a much larger battle, one that would determine the fate of all realms. She knew that the days ahead would test the very essence of her being, forcing her to confront what it meant to be a guardian of the balance between magic and technology. The device, embodying the pinnacle of techno-magical synthesis, was ready. Its design was a marvel, integrating the Sylvan Oracle's energy with cutting-edge technology. Idris, alongside the Council of Technomancers, initiated the activation sequence. The air thrummed with power as the device began to hum, its core glowing with an ethereal light. This was the moment of truth, where the fate of the realms would be decided. As the device's energy pulsed outward, the boundaries between the magical and the technological started to stabilize. However, the success of their endeavor attracted unwanted attention. Dark forces, entities that thrived on chaos and discord between the realms, emerged from the shadows determined to thwart Idris's efforts. The battle that ensued was unlike any other, a clash of magic and technology, ancient powers against modern innovations. Idris found herself at the heart of the conflict, her dual nature allowing her to traverse the battlefield with unique prowess. Her cybernetic enhancements allowed her to interface with the device remotely, adjusting its output in real time, while her magical heritage enabled her to cast protective wards and offensive spells. It was a testament to her strength and the unity of her allies that they held their ground. Amidst the chaos, a revelation dawned on Idris. The key to victory was not just in repelling the dark forces, but in harmonizing the energies of the device with the natural ley lines of the world, a network of magical energy that crisscrossed beneath the earth. With a daring plan in mind, Idris channeled the device's energy into the ley lines, amplifying its effect and creating a resonance that echoed across the realms. The gamble paid off. The resonance stabilized the rifts that had begun to form between the realms, and the dark forces, unable to withstand the harmonized energies, were vanquished. In the aftermath, Idris stood amidst her allies, weary but victorious. The device had worked, but the world had changed. The balance between magic and technology had been restored. For now, but the future remained uncertain. Idris knew this was but the first step in a long vigil, guarding against the threats that lay beyond the horizon. In the quiet aftermath, Idris stood atop the ruins of what was once a battleground, looking out over a horizon that seemed both familiar and utterly transformed. The device, now silent, stood as a monument to the potential of unity between the forces of magic and technology. Idris knew, however, that this equilibrium was tenuous, a fine line that she would forever walk. The Council of Technomancers and the Elders of the Arcane, once divided by their views on the world, came together in the wake of the battle, recognizing that their survival depended on collaboration. Idris, as a bridge between their worlds, became an ambassador for this new age, advocating for a future where magic and technology could coexist in harmony. But peace is often fleeting. Whispers of dissent began to emerge from the shadows, factions that viewed the new balance as a threat to their power. Idris, ever vigilant, knew that her fight was far from over. She began to train a new generation of Cyborg Diviners, individuals capable of walking the line between worlds, ensuring that the mistakes of the past would not be repeated. As seasons changed and years passed, Idris watched the world reshape itself. Cities grew with architectures that married technology with magic, creating spaces where nature and innovation flourished side by side. The realms, once on the brink of collision, now enriched each other, their boundaries marked by portals that allowed for exchange and exploration rather than conflict. Reflecting on her journey, Idris realized that her greatest challenge had not been the battle itself, but the responsibility of stewardship that came after. The world she had fought for was still vulnerable, a delicate tapestry of interconnected threads. As the sun set, casting long shadows over a world reborn, Idris made a silent vow to protect this balance, a guardian not just of the present but of all the possibilities the future held.